So a good friend of mine knows how much I enjoy doing DIY, especially with pallet wood, and brought this pallet to me. And as soon as I saw it, I knew what I was going to make. As you can see, I marked here what it is. I am going to make a book magazine holder. At this line that you see here, I'm going to use the circular saw and cut straight across. I decided to use the opposite end though because this part of the board was broken and I wanted that part to be shorter anyway, so I'm just pulling that right off. Taking my circular saw and making the first cut. Adjusting the pallet board to make the second cut. And the third cut. I didn't have my saw lowered enough, so there's a little bit that I'm just going to use the jigsaw here just to finish the cut, as I have the pallet just elevated on some blocks and just making those 3 quick cuts. And it's separated. Can you see it now, the actual magazine holder?
I can. I'm so excited. It's coming together. Woo!
I want to trim that front board a little more. My best bud, high-speed, low-drag Rob, came over to see what I was up to, and so he wanted to help out, and he's trimming this front part of the board, making it a little shorter as I had wanted it. He also cut the backboard that I'm going to put on the magazine rack to size while he was at it. Thanks, Rob. I'm so grateful for your help always. Now I am removing some nails. Ready for sanding. Sounds like an annoying fly at night when you're trying to sleep. Oh my gosh.
Mr. Sandman, sand this for me. Boom, 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 boom.
Sanding the board that I will be putting on the back side. And now it's ready to be stained. I decided on the beautiful spring color coral. This Varathane One Coat Coral Stain. Now I know it looks very pinkish orange, and you have to remember though that this is going to be distressed, so when I sand over this, the grain is going to come through and it's going to look quite beautiful. And I was kind of thinking of this project to be kind of like maybe for a young girl's room, or even a teenager, or even a young adult, but a very bright color. This can sit on the floor or it can hang on the wall, but it's going to be able to hold magazines and books and will just be a beautiful piece. Distressing time.
Distressing helps me to de-stress from work. I just love how the wood grain comes through the color. A little bit more to do.
The board that I want to be on the back side, that I'm going to be drilling and screwing on to the back side of the pallet, I want to be a little shorter, so I'm making marks so that I can cut it with my circular saw. Connecting the marks to make a straight line. This extra piece of board will be used on this pallet in a bit. I've got the middle piece of wood on the back of the pallet wood book holder, and I have it in its place, and as you can see here, I am drilling holes for the screws. Changing the bit, drilling in the first screw, second hole being drilled, second screw going in. Same process for the other side of this pallet wood project. Looking pretty good, I think. Look how pretty the grain looks with the stain. I've got my soldering iron out so that I can sign the piece. Poppin PJ. It's coming together. I've got to fix this piece that's coming away from the side with some wood glue. Clamp it, wipe off the excess, and let it dry. So while this is drying, I'm taking a look at it and thinking I want it to have a little more finished look, and the piece of board that I cut earlier that had the remaining piece, I think will fit perfectly on the top of this. So High Q is helping me out here. He's got the more powerful drill. Drilling the holes for the screws for the finishing board on the top of the magazine book holder rack.
You got screws loose. You've got mail.
Top board all screwed in. So, for the book holder to hold books, it's got to have a bottom. So when I talked to High Speed, he was telling me that he had some boards at his home, and so therefore I came over. He found a 1x4 that he said fit perfectly. He did not want to get his circular saw out, so he used a handsaw to cut it to the appropriate length that we are going to have put on the bottom of the magazine book holder. So here it is, the super cute book magazine holder.
If you think my spoolwood money bunny's cute, check that video out too.
It's rustic, it's functional, it's a unique color, and really didn't cost much of anything other than the screws and the stain. Here's my sweet pea taking the Chicago book out of the book holder and just taking a look through it and being silly. And the great thing about this book magazine holder is that it is portable, so you can move it from one location to another very easily. And if you choose, this can be also placed on the wall.
Another Poppin PJ's garage creation. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.